are you doing the introduction, right?
So we will talk about South China Sea. So do you guys know about this South China Sea? Okay. Sounds not convincing. So basically, the South China Sea is a super important area, but many countries are fighting over it, such as China, Taiwan, Brunei, Vietnam, and also Malaysia. And the main issue is that the place is the key, the trade route, and also where it has a lot of oil and gas. And then there is a China dash line, and China says they own most of it, but then they have been building castle to strengthen the claim. Exactly, and the oil and gas, there are about 17.7 billion tons of it here. No wonder everyone wants a piece of it.
17.7 billion tons? That's massive. Nat, what about the claims? You got the list, right?
So what makes the South China Sea becomes a problem is because first and foremost, of course, the China country themselves. Because since the water names the South China Sea, so they make claims of 18% of the sea. So that's why also they created the map that called the 9 dash line. And then another is because the Philippines also wants a part of the ocean, which is the northeastern part. However, not just Philippines, but also Malaysia also kind of disagree with China claim, because if you think it logically, China is way far from the South China Sea. So therefore, Malaysia also disagrees with the China claim. However, rather than the other countries that often, obviously disagree about it, Malaysia would tend to resolve it through diplomatic ways. However, the US also, although they seem to have no stakes in claiming the South China Sea, they also seem to indirectly put themselves in between the disputes by sending ships and also other military vessels. The reason why they are sending the ships is like to show they are actually neutral, not taking any sides, but at the same time they want to keep an eye on China. So yeah, that's kind of like create the problems in here.
It's a mess. So, Nurin, what about the impact?
Okay, so here is the impact. Economically, this area is a key trade route, so any trouble here affects global trade. And then, because of the oil and gas are a huge for energy, of course that place is very popular among them. And then from the political point of view, it's making the relationship between China and ASEAN countries worse. And then for the security, there is always a chance for a war that can breaking out at that place. From the legal perspective, China's claims go against UNCLOS, the international law ASEAN follows. So I think that's really impact.
That's pretty a lot to unpack. So Harith, you're up next for the solution.
For solutions, I think to resolve this issue effectively, countries should prioritize direct negotiations to foster open communication and also for mutual understanding. And also another step is using mediation, which means that groups like ASEAN or the UN can help as neutral partners, which means that they can play a critical role in bridging differences and also finding common ground.
Understandable.
We can also use the strategy of resource sharing, which means that countries can agree to share resources instead of fighting over them. Or they can just stop their militarization, which means that everyone should stop turning this into a military issue, because it is essential to halt militarization to prevent escalating tensions and also focus on peaceful solutions. And lastly, the strategies that I think that every country should follow is to just simply follow the law, which means that they have to stick to the unique laws, which is important to keep things fair. because the United Nations Convention Law, or simply we can call the UNCLOS, they provide a fair and structured framework to address disputes and to ensure long-term stability in the region.
And we also cannot forget the long-term solution like protecting the environment and also raising awareness. These don't solve things immediately, but they help to reduce tension over time.
Good point. We could mention how diplomacy actually work in other countries and in the other conflict, like Turkey and Russia. And actually, it shows that dialogue actually works if both sides commit to it.
I see. And also guys, Asian discussion for code of conduct are slow, but there are still progress. It is something that we can highlight.
Great. So for the conclusion, we focus on how solving this benefit everyone. Peace, stability, and better trade is a win-win if everyone work together. So by promoting open dialogue and mutual respect, the involved nation can work towards sustainable solution. While the path forward individually, this effort will not only reduce tension but also ensure the regional and global sustainability. Just remember that through diplomacy, cooperation, and passion, even the most challenging conflict can find a peaceful resolution.
Okay guys, so I think that's a wrap of our discussion. Let's hope that they